Welcome back. I just realised I'm starting this with a black eye, and and I just realised like it's going to be very visible no matter what I do, and it just
That's
occurred
why you
to me.
shouldn't speak up to E-Ray.
Listen, a big man gets too excited about a Rangers goal, decides to throw himself on me. How do I do that? You know, it's usually any other human being in the room, but nah, fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back.
Cap.
Well, it's not really. You did throw yourself on me.
No, threw myself in your dad. Pause.
Boy. Are we on a football podcast? We should change to something else.
Are you flirting with my dad?
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back. Big couple of weeks. Europa League, obviously, I would argue probably one of the biggest games of the season.
Yeah.
Rangers under 18s versus Man United.
Rangers what?
Rangers under 18s.
Oh, see, you know what? I'm not going to let you get away with this on this podcast because previously before, in our flat, you were coming to me 24 hours before. Honestly, Amar, 24 hours, in 24 hours time, I'm just going to be unbearable when we've just packed you at home. Like, I've seen the way you play. There's no way you think you're going to beat us easily. And I was like, Craig, you have no chance of winning. The only thing you have is that you can draw.
Oh.
That's all I said. And that was generous. That game, we weren't even we didn't even come out fourth gear.
Flip,
and we were
come on, was
papping
so
you.
confident. He stuck the kids out. So confident.
Ryan
And you
said
know what?
he's
It's
so
funny.
confident. They lost the game.
It's funny. And you're right. The under 18s didn't quite get it done. Do you know what I mean? Man U in fifth gear
Right.
managed to just pip kids that went band for band with you. And you know what, Amar? If you're proud of that performance, that's okay.
You know, this is the
But
lad he's going with.
It highlights the
there are
problem
two
with your
young
club.
kids that played for like 2 minutes.
We had
And,
four.
I'm gonna let you both
Yeah.
lie, and then I'll say my piece.
We had four.
You had 4 18-year-olds on the pitch.
Well, one was 17.
Okay, and then the other two were 18.
Two were 18, one was slightly older.
How was the other one?
Like 19,
18
20.
and 3 months.
18 and
How
3.
long did they play for, huh?
The only one of them had made, that was their first ever European appearance and got an actual professional contract off the back of that game.
What does that tell you? They were
It
looking
tells you that they did not take you seriously.
That's crazy.
crazy thing he's saying compared to the fact that
24
he needed to be
hours
there
he's playing Ultimate Team with his boys, and then he's coming to OT. Hey,
Honestly, like he finished school, had to get in the bus to get up to Old Trafford so he could play.
my only piece.
You
I
know
had
what
to
this,
come back
you know
home
this
again.
is a bad look on Rangers because his starters couldn't even do it, so they had to bring on the
We
18-year-olds.
couldn't play our starters.
What do you
Hadji
mean?
was
No,
ruled
why
out
were you subbing on 18-year-olds?
because Cherny got injured.
No, but you said you had four.
Yeah,
Four
we had
players did
four.
not get injured.
The main centre mid, Diamande, was suspended. Hadji, who's been balling, was out.
He's not registered.
He's not
so he
registered.
couldn't play.
Bajrami, the winger, he's like, it was a hit and miss because he played like 4 or 5 games in a row prior,
And then Cherny got
and
injured.
then Johnny got injured. So 4.
But that doesn't explain why don't you have after.
Because not all of them got brought on. Some of them
But
started.
even us, like even if we had like let's say our
Brother, you bought your
substitutes-
starters, you got worse.
What?
You bought your starters.
Yeah,
you got
you
worse.
brought on
You
more
bought your
experienced
starters
players and
then
conceded.
And then conceded.
Yeah, but you brought on some youth players and they did better than your starters who got injured.
And you brought on your starters who did worse.
did worse.
Yes.
I might say we won the game.
I'm just
bro.
listen. I'm just.
Just- do you know
Listen,
what
I'm
it is?
just
Brother, it was
highlighting.
not-
That
you
2-1,
cannot-
that
it's not
2-1,
domination,
the,
bro.
We're
the optics favor Rangers because we were all
Oh,
over
it's
you.
the optics now.
Optics
I
now,
see.
bro.
Listen,
How are you not coming out my team?
see the thing is,
this guy.
the thing is, your team raced it to the highest level they could, and scraped a 2-1 win against the under-18s from Rangers. Like embarrassing.
They
billion pound,
collectively probably played about 5
billion
minutes
pound
each.
joke men. That's what you
Fighting.
are. Billion
Listen,
pound joke
this
men.
guy was. Let's not forget. This guy's talking about. You've seen that we've been playing in the Premier League, right? He's talking about they'll get in the top half. They're better than Brighton.
Yeah, our kids went band for band for you. Our first team would do bits.
Yeah. Come on. Don't disrespect the Premier League because of Man United, right? The rest
No,
of
no,
us
I'm
do
not.
bits
I'm
because-
disrespecting Man U.
because I was going to
You
say,
saying when we
because
get
the way
top half, I
Bournemouth are
think we
cooking,
would.
right? People like
I
Bournemouth.
watched that game.
Newcastle,
I watched that game and was
But the thing
more
is, he's
confident.
making it seem like
You
they started
said,
off.
you did say though, if you were to beat United, you have to beat all right. Now you lost United. You
Yeah.
drew with Spurs.
Yeah,
We had
We
kids
put,
on
we
by
put
the
you in
way,
the Premier
so
League right now. Where you finishing? Where's
They're getting
Rangers finishing?
relegated.
top half.
Getting relegated.
I believe we'll get top
Who
half.
you replaced in top half? I don't get this.
There's loads of
Ipswich
people I
would
think
tap
we'd
you.
beat.
Bournemouth, you're not getting past.
Yeah, we would.
Bournemouth are the most one of the most informed teams.
This guy.
They beat
Yeah, I
City.
get that.
They
I
beat
think we
Arsenal.
beat them.
They beat Tottenham. They beat Man United. You're not beating apart from United. You're not beating all these teams. right?
Bournemouth packed us at home.
Nottingham Forest,
brother.
Nottingham Forest.
Not you.
FC,
Not you.
FC
Not
20
you.
went
Not
live.
you.
Our under 18s did.
But you couldn't.
Brother,
But
Stop talking about
FC
other teams.
super team
You
Nottingham
couldn't.
Forest lost 5-0 to Bournemouth.
could
And
not
you think you
do
can beat
it.
them?
Our kids couldn't.
You played
Nah,
kids
bro.
for 5 minutes. Behave yourself.
My conclusion is you survive in the Prem.
I don't think they would.
No, that's
No.
trash.
They actually
Brother,
wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Southampton
They
are
wouldn't.
trash,
They
bro.
wouldn't.
They'll survive in the Prem. Don't do
No,
that.
they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
You're telling Southampton
They would not survive.
They smoked Southampton any other
Listen,
week.
They wouldn't.
listen, he's just upset about
No,
what
because
just
I know
happened.
Southampton always beat you, man. Yeah,
I'm
but
telling you, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. They
He's
wouldn't.
okay.
upset about what just happened. That's okay.
you'll be the best of the rest.
Upset
Let's
for
see
winning
that.
a game.
coming to the realization your team is doggo.
And what's your team?
Good.
But we beat you.
Yeah, you beat our under 18s.
We had 18s. 18-year-olds on.
Who?
Bruv.
Ahmad's not 18. Garnacho's not 18.
Collier.
You have one
Collier.
player.
Collier's not Carrington, by the way. He's from Brighton.
But
He's
he's
from
at
Brighton.
18.
So let me tell you.
Oh, and then we brought on another 18-year-old, Mainu.
Kobe Mainoo's not 18.
Okay, 19. You had... okay.
You're saying we had the 18-year-old. He has one
We
singer
had- well,
who
we
you
had
then
19.
took off and your team got worse.
Euro.
You then
he's
took
19.
that 18-year-old off
Euro.
and you got worse.
Euro. 19.
Yeah, but he's not 18.
19. Not all 4 of your players were
Yeah, you're
18.
right. There was one that wasn't.
Okay.
There was actually
good.
one that was 17.
Okay. And is there a big difference between 18 and 19? Anyway, I'm not entertaining this foolishness.
But the fact is,
You got outplayed by a
Outplayed?
struggling United.
Outplayed.
Stretch.
Okay. Let me just tell you something, right? Let me just tell you something.
you made
Wait,
Cyril
wait,
Dessers look like
wait,
a
wait,
100
wait,
million
wait, wait.
You had
player.
16 shots, they had 11.
Wait.
You had 6 on target, they had 7 on target.
We had
Where's that played?
the 7s that they were taking was ridiculous.
Shots on target. You had 6 shots on target. They had more
Brother,
shots.
Ridiculous.
Your team
Ridiculous.
needed Jack Butland to punch the ball into the goal to actually go in the lead.
We don't need that.
Well, you did because you couldn't score otherwise.
Firstly, that's karma because that. I'll tell you how. Because that disallowed goal was a never.
Listen,
Three
ever,
big chances each, by the way.
It was a song.
Never.
Boy could have
disallowed.
died.
Never.
Boy could have died.
All right, let me ask you. That disallowed did let go. Be honest. Don't be thinking.
I would have given it.
You would have
I
given
would have given it.
as a goal, right?
Yeah, I would have given it.
That was never. And you know what? This guy is not even principled because he knows if it had happened on the other side of things, he would have been kicking off.
Yeah, but our team would have never resorted to such dirty tactics to get a goal.
Collier's 21, not 19, 18.
He's 21. He's the oldest of them all.
But okay.
You are full of shit.
Well, how long did your kids play?
One of them, that was the second ever appearance.
Tell me, show me.
And through the game.
How long did they play?
I'm pretty sure Ross McClawson
Curtis
started.
came on the 59th minute.
Okay.
He's 18.
All right.
Okay. Rice came on, started second half for 46th minute. He's 18. So he played a half.
Okay.
He's
McCausland, I think, started.
And they were doing better.
No, McCausland came on as well at half time. He's
Dude,
And Leon
better.
King as well. When did he come on?
I
King's
love
21.
how he tries
King
to
came on.
rationale. He's
90th.
trying to rationalize.
I'm
know-
not.
do you know-
Every
you-
statement
you know-
you've said they played 10 minutes. He's just highlighted all of them pretty much played a half. And you're saying, what? What now?
Okay,
Huh?
okay. But okay, you can look on the flip side. Why is it that they were putting in a better performance than the players before they got injured?
How did they put in a better
Brother,
performance?
if you're a youngster, you're playing against one of the biggest clubs in the world,
How-
I'm going to put a performance.
How is it that they played better? Because you were able to score when they came on,
called
but you weren't
chances.
able to score.
It's called
when
taking
you came
chances.
in.
They played better
Why?
because you
Why?
put on your main
No,
stars.
no,
Why?
it's like that. What? No,
Why?
Wait, they play better because
Anyway,
you take off your
it-
starters. I'm a youngster. The start's coming off. Let me show people what I can do as a youngster. If I'm good, like what's it that Taylor used to say? If you're old enough, you're good enough. So if I'm coming on, obviously I'm going to play well because I'm going to be
No. I'm not saying that they shouldn't play well.
They play
I'm
better.
saying I'm saying there's no way, right? There's no way.
I don't-
Wait. You don't know what I'm gonna say. Chill. There's no way in other sort of like the top teams. If you're taking off your star, if you take off Kevin De Bruyne, there's no way some 18-year-old fresh from the academy is doing better than Kevin De Bruyne.
I mean,
but in his
Foden
wait,
played against
I haven't finished.
Foden did it when he joined.
Let me finish. But you're dead team because there's actually not much difference between his starters and his mains because the whole team's just dead.
That's worse for your team then.
They'll
If their
go.
youngsters are coming in and
But see, the thing is, what
better.
I would argue,
They
right?
lost.
What I would say
They
is
lost.
the youngsters didn't do better because,
did.
man, you
did.
didn't score. Jack Butland, without being under pressure, punched the ball into the back of the net. That's the only way your great team, with your unbelievable performance, scored.
Captain Fantastic.
you-
Then
Are you
the
forget-
youth players came on, and it's Cyril Dessers that scored from a pass from our centre back, who is not a youngster. And then, after all of that, you managed to clutch it on the last minute through Bruno Fernandes.
That's a
Don't
goal.
sit here.
That's a goal.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
You said, "Oh, our players could score."
I'm not disagreeing with that. But you're saying the youngsters did worse. I'm saying they didn't. I'm saying in the first half, you weren't going to score until Jack Butland made a mistake.
Well, we did score in the first half.
No, Jack Butland conceded
No, I'm
an own
talking
goal.
about the De Ligt.
You didn't score.
The lit one.
Well, you didn't because it was a foul.
But it would have been. It should have been a goal.
But it wasn't.
It was.
You can't say you scored because he didn't.
We scored.
Wait, when?
The lit one.
But he didn't. It was a foul.
But Trey, this is my only problem with you.
So
is
that,
the way
I'm not finished.
Oh, go on.
You made various points, and I'm going to go through this.
Go on.
So therefore, I would argue they didn't do better. They didn't. You were trash from the first minute to the last minute.
And what were you then?
You were just conveniently able to get a win from it.
Are you literally? This is
Now the reason, and I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
No, I have to.
No, you don't. You cannot.
I'll let you.
For the neutrals, right? For the neutrals,
you can't sit here.
I have to.
For the neutrals that are not Man United
No, you
or
don't.
Rangers fans.
No.
The way you're about to talk about this game, the whole game was trash. Let's just
It was
establish
trash.
the whole
It was
game
the
was
worst
trash.
performance
From
ever.
start to end, the whole game was trash.
No, I'm finishing.
No, the only good thing
I will
was
let
the
you
Rangers
finish
fans
that.
shouting.
You don't get to cut in.
The only thing is, but this is what I do. You're literally, you two are here co-signing that you're wishing we're trash, but yet he can here try to, in my face, say that they played good. He said that we're trash.
I didn't say we played good. I said
That
you
is
said the
ridiculous.
kids played better. I'm saying they didn't.
You even tried to make that point before to me in our kitchen. This is why,
What
Greg,
point?
I don't even know how to argue you because you just change your points.
I
every
don't.
single time.
I've just stated.
No. In
facts.
our kitchen, you literally said
You have
your
then
kids
felt
played
that
better.
didn't land in the narrative you're trying to create.
No, Craig,
You're trying
like,
to say that you managed to wipe the floor with us. You didn't. You're
I
trying
didn't
to
say
say
that. I
that
didn't say
Man
that.
U did so much better than us. You didn't.
played better than you.
You're trying to say that you could. No, you didn't.
Yes,
we
we did.
had more shots on target.
we scored more goals.
Yeah, through us, through our own errors
no.
that you didn't force.
No. Well, you could say we forced it because we put
Jack Butland wasn't under pressure. There was no one around him. He punched it into his own net for no
The
reason.
United badge got to him. We got into your head.
Yeah.
You lost.
Again, if you
lost.
need to tell yourself that.
And you know what it is? You know Dessers. That kind of goal
And-
is once every 4 seasons. So well done for him from playing that. But that
Once
is
every
like
4
I
seasons.
mean,
that-
he's a 20 goal a season type striker. But
Did I didn't say about goals. I'm saying that kind of goal.
Brother,
When
did
is-
you-
wait.
He
wait,
literally-
wait,
No.
I'm gonna
You
say
cut
this.
me
No,
off
I'm gonna
and I
say-
get to finish.
did I
I'm
score
saying
goal?
this guy complains about Dessers all the time. How many times do you see Dessers scoring a world-class goal like that?
He literally
He did one just
He
for the
literally
weekend
did
right
it
there.
last game.
No, but how many times?
He did it back to back.
It's okay. He did it back to back, but still.
You
Is
just
that-
said
is
it's
that-
a 1 in 40, and he did it the very next game again.
What I'm saying, I was being hyperbolic, but what my point is,
Hyperbolic.
my point is, you chat ish about Dessers all the time, and I'm saying is, you know as well as I do, he doesn't score like that goals many often, even if he's done it back to back.
I chat shit about Dessers, but it's not that he can't finish. My problem is he will have 3 or 4 sitters that he'll put over the bar, and then will turn around, pat 3 defenders, and dink the keeper.
So he can't
Like
finish.
he will do worldy finishes, but when it's just at the feet in front of it, it seems to get in his own head
So he can't
and does
finish.
that, and that's why I
In the
chat shit
last
because
5
he frustrates
appearances
me.
for Rangers, Dessers had 6 goals. So
He scored in the 73 appearances he's made for Rangers. He scored something like 46 goals.
So why are you trying to get rid of him?
Because of the frustration of the opportunities he misses.
Why do you want to get rid of him?
Yeah, because the striker they've got
That's
now,
exactly
Igabani,
why.
takes less chances and scores more.
But what's his goal to game ratios, Igamani?
Or a lot better than Dessers.
Is it?
It is better.
Way better than Dessers.
What is it then?
Bro,
It needs
I
to
need
bring it up,
it's
but-
such-
Anyway.
In Europe, he's something on like 4 in the last 5 appearances in Europe.
Well, that's the same with Hoyland, but you lot chat ish about him.
Yeah, because
No. Hoyland
Egamani's
chats by
also
himself.
doing it in the league.
I'm talking.
Hoyland isn't. So that's why we chat shit about Hoyland. Because Hoyland will do it 1 game every 4 weeks.
Listen, this is the overarching thing, yeah. Your team lost. You were chatting ish about winning.
And I'm not disagreeing our team lost.
No. Your team. You were talking so much.
the fact is-
you said there was a 40%.
You
chance
want to try and
of
paint
winning.
this. You want to try and paint this as Man U's great dominant performance
No, do you know
against
what
us. It wasn't.
You know what I want to pin it as?
4 goals in 5 games
in our
in
worst
Europe.
period. In our worst period, right, where we're getting smoked by Southampton, getting smoked by Brighton, getting smoked by Bournemouth at home, which are teams that don't typically finish in the top half. You, as a Rangers fan, try to almost paint like as if you played better than us. And secondly, with your claim saying that you could come into the top half of the Premier League is ridiculous.
I'm trying to paint our 18-year-olds went band for band for you, which they did.
Having 3 players
4.
out of 11.
4.
3.
Even then.
That's not your 18-year-old. You had 3 players on the park who were 18.
Which has a big impact on the team.
Well, we have young
One
players.
of them was making their second appearance ever and then got a professional contract after it. They did so well against you. Rangers thought, fuck, if you could do that to Man U, let's give you a professional contract. Your team is in such a shit position.
I agree.
Our players did that.
I agree, but...
So you can't sit here and say that you dominated.
That's a top half. I know earlier episodes, didn't you say Europe?
Europe.
Now it's top half. I said you'll stay in the Prem.
No, I said we'd get Europe in 5 seasons.
Yeah, you're not getting that 5 seasons.
I said we'd get top half. If you asked us where we'd be finishing the league, I said top half.
Nah, I don't see it, man.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, how can you look at you?
Take away the top. Say the top 6, right? Okay, that's already a struggle. We've already got Newcastle, the Villas already fighting there, and now you've got super teams like Nottingham Forest, who
but
lost
are
to.
they a super team? They just got packed by Bournemouth. Like
Yeah,
the
but they
Premier
still
League
having a
is
really
so
good season.
unpredictable.
Yeah,
You
but
cannot sit here and tell me with confidence
They take
what your top 10
but
teams are going to be. You can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys can't
And
get
that's
top
why
10.
I'm saying.
That's why it's so
That's why
challenging.
I'm saying right now you can't say we
So,
wouldn't
your
get top
point
10.
is just aided our point. Because you can't say what it is. You can't confidently tell me Rangers get top 10. No, you're not.
But you can't confidently tell me we aren't.
I can
You
confidently
No, you
tell
can't because you can't tell
I
me who the
can
top 10
confidently
are. You're sitting saying,
We've
oh,
got-
Bournemouth
brother,
are crazy, doing
Playing
really well.
Bournemouth for the Tuesday night is
At the
way
start
harder
of the
than
season,
Partick
at the start of this
Thistle, or
season,
whatever
you
it's
tell me Nottingham Forest in the position they're in. Tell me it.
Obviously, they're going to fall off.
But
But,
I bet.
you also
No, I'm
you
not
also
finished.
thought Brighton were top
I
4 at the
bet
start of the
this-
season. So obviously, your opinions change.
Yeah, fine. I
Exactly, so-
predicted that wrong, but the fact is, you would have confidently told me at the start of the season, Nottingham Forest are not going to be in the top 3. They aren't. Or top 4 or
But I
top
could
5.
also confidently tell
You were going to confidently tell me that, but you're now going to say
We're going to confidently
also.
say City will have the season having. Like you said, football's unpredictable. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
saying.
So you
Rangers
can't.
are not getting.
So you can't. But
No,
you're just
the
doing that.
Rangers
You're
one-
saying football's
Brother,
unpredictable,
Brother,
but you
there's a
won't get
difference
top half.
from playing Bournemouth week in, week out than playing, I don't know, Partick Thistle or Motherwell. Brother, the quality is just too much. And from what I've seen against Tottenham, who get smashed, Tottenham have lost what, 12 games in the league. You drew with them. Like Tottenham are handing out. Tottenham are spreading the legs for everyone. Man United are spreading the legs for everyone.
Look, in the
And
worst,
you still what?
in our worst record,
You got
like,
Jordan
we're
Thing.
setting records for how bad we've been this season. And in our worst season, where teams like Southampton are coming home, making us look silly, teams like Bournemouth are making us look silly. You come to our gaff, and we're making you look silly.
Team like Brighton.
But you already know that's not true. So
How are you gonna do anything in the Prem apart from cling on for like? It's like you would be on like, you know, if it's like a helicopter. You're a stuntman, you're clinging on, and you're like, oh wait, is my
I'll give you an alternative.
Oh my god.
Man United go to the Scottish Premier League. You're League One.
What?
You'd fall apart. No money. You would just. You wouldn't be able to hack the type of football. You wouldn't do well. You'd fall apart.
We wouldn't be able to hack the type of football.
Yeah.
What football is that?
It's much more
Talk
aggressive.
about your team. Ain't talking about our team because I'll flip the table, bro. You talk about your team, bro.
Imagine we wouldn't have money. We'd still have the biggest fan base.
In the Scottish Premier League.
Yeah.
Your fan base would walk out. Brother,
Your fan base goes
in
shitty.
your stadium, your home side had more Rangers fans in it than Man U fans.
No. The reason why it's
It was
true is
trending.
because the Rangers fans, they were pissed off about their performance. They started cheering for United. There was way more Rangers
There's
fans there.
Rangers
It
fans.
started-
As in, it was like on TalkSport, all them were saying that it got to the point where like there was
They
Rangers
were making
fans.
videos of Rangers, like so.
There was
Dessa
loads of Rangers
scored,
fans in
and
the
there was
United
loads
side,
of Rangers
and they were,
fans
like,
at
cheering
United
for that
end.
because they really didn't like their team performance.
I didn't
So
know
you're
that, but-
bragging about your
Well, I
fans.
didn't know that stuff.
So
I don't
you
even.
don't wanna- you don't
I don't
wanna
even
bring
know.
that
If,
up?
I don't even know if that's
You
true.
don't want to bring that up.
On TalkSport, bro.
But anyway,
I haven't seen that,
Anyway,
and I haven't-
I'll send you a clip.
by the way,
Yeah, you can
By the
do.
way, this whole like, your
So
fans.
you're
Wait, this whole like your fans will quit. That's hypothetical. Let's
Your
just talk
fans are
about,
tourists.
Let's just talk about what's
If you even
real.
class them as
Okay,
fans,
but-
the tourists.
The
The terrorists.
But anyway, but we could talk about hypotheticals. The thing is, we would have the biggest fan base. We would still have the most
No,
money.
you wouldn't. They'd walk out.
You don't
They'd
know
walk
that.
out on you.
You don't know that.
You'd have no money because there is no money in the Scottish Premier League. You would fall
Well,
apart.
but you know where we'd have the money in terms of like our sort of revenues from other things.
Revenue from what?
Huh?
What
From-
sponsorship are you?
you heard
the question.
Yeah. I said from like shirt sales, from tickets.
For what? You're in the Scottish Premier League.
Well, we've got
Who's paying to come watch Man U Dundee?
Well, our fans. The
I just
loyal.
told you, the tourist fans, they ain't coming. What
I
spot?
disagree.
What
I
big
disagree.
company's going to
I
pay to
disagree.
sponsor you on a windy night in Hamilton? Fucking no one.
Well, look, we've been. I'll tell
So
you
if
this.
you want to
No, I'll
sit
say this.
here,
We've
if you
been-
want to sit and talk about Scottish teams going into the Premier League, we'd have access to more money,
talking-
more resources. We have the fan base and the diehard support. Scotland has more people per capita that show up to games. And you're going to sit here and chat to me about how we do.
You know why
You wouldn't survive the other way.
Do you know what?
Craig on the
I
mic.
hate this per capita. I hate this. Number one.
I bet you do because it makes you look foolish.
No, it doesn't. Because your tickets are affordable.
Oh.
Secondly, because as you said, it's doggo.
Oh.
It's a doggo league.
Doggo.
Yeah? And number two, this whole we've got more diehard fans. On what basis?
Basis.
How do you know?
How
He's
do you
calling
know?
us tourist fans. On what basis do you have more diehard
On the
fans?
basis of multiple things. One,
One.
the amount of people that come see Man United, right, that fill out your stadium, that do not care. Like, when you get to the 80th minute, half your stadium's empty because they are tourist fans.
Not the 80th.
That's... What?
This guy.
Then I'm not finished. So when you're talking about diehard fans in Scotland, there is nothing attractive about watching
Man said you're
Dundee
tempting.
versus Motherwell. Nothing. But people turn up to it week in, week out. The English Premier League wouldn't get the same, and they don't get the same. That's a reason why the average capacity of the stadiums in Scotland typically are about the same as the average capacity in stadiums in the Premier League.
I'm not sure, but if that's true.
Unless you, if you
I'm
exclude
not
the
sure.
Old Traffords and Wembleys.
Oh, there we go. So you have to put in markers. You have to put in barriers.
And I'm not
that
finished.
shit. Go on.
So when you look at that, right, and you sit and talk about how these Scottish clubs wouldn't survive in the Premier League, they would thrive in the Premier League because they survive in a situation where they don't get funding, they don't get sponsorships, yet they're going band for you. Right? Celtic are in currently a higher competition than you are. We've just went to Old Trafford and our 18-year-olds went band for band with you. Right? Tottenham came to Man U, Rangers, knowing that they spent, 80 times our amount and left with a draw, and they were lucky to get it. So you could sit here and tell me that Scottish teams won't do well in the Premier League. You have infinite resources and you're at our level. Don't forget that.
We're not at your level.
You are at our level.
Craig.
Yo, that's crazy.
Craig,
That's at his level.
That's
crazy.
Because he's saying we're at his level. I can't remember the last time Rangers beat us. You keep saying because of performance.
We played you twice in history. Maybe three times.
When was the last time you beat us? Where is this? We're at your level.
You are based on the performance we just did.
If we're going to talk about our level, here's our level, right? We win European competitions. You do not.
We have won a European competition.
So if we're going to talk about, that European Cup Winners' Cup, okay, cool. We win multiple, all right? You are not on our level. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, you're right.
Even if you're looking at this very finite moment, you still don't beat us. Don't come about this level.
If you want
don't
to
beat
say-
us at the friendlies.
Nope.
When it's in Scotland, where most of your fans most of the people at Murrayfield were Rangers fans. We put on our kids. Ahmad came and was like,
Ahmad's a kid. Okay, I see that because he's got your hopes of your season.
You just interrupted me. That's what I was going to say. Ahmad came and was like, I was at this club. Not really, didn't really feel it. You even said, he didn't really try. But he's like, you know what? When I'm coming up against them, let me pap in. Imagine at a friendly when we were just playing like nobodies and we beat you 2-0. And then now you come in the European competition, in our worst moment. Like even our manager's coming up. This is the worst Man United team in history. We're getting blown out the door by the worst of the teams in the Premier League. And you're one of the best in Scotland. And you still don't beat us.
Well, let's go through that.
And let's get. And this whole thing is like you're on our level. I really don't understand how you can see that because you've played you didn't get blown out of the water. You're not on our level. You're not right now. You're not throughout history. And cool, you might thrive in the Premier League, but we don't know that. If you're going to go into Premier League right now with the squad that you have, with no resources, you would cling on.
Yeah, you're right. I'll tell you what. I'd say this.
The bottom three, they're better than the bottom three.
I'd say
Bro,
I'd say this. You're right. We're not on your level. We're above your level. We have more silverware, more success, better history. You took what was a Rangers fan who built his career through Rangers, and he was the most successful manager you've ever had. Right? And you have achieved nothing before him and nothing after it. Man United is built on the back of Sir Alex Ferguson, and you are nothing since he left, and you were nothing before he came. Man United isn't great. Sir Alex Ferguson was. And that is the end of it. So you want to talk about level. I'm not finished. If you want to talk about levels, you don't have one. What you have is a manager who was great. That's all you have. Man United is nothing.
We won. We won.
You won trophies from him.
No, before him.
Yeah, what?
You think he was the first Man United manager to win trophies?
What significant thing did you achieve before him?
We won. So we've won 3 European titles.
Yeah.
One of them wasn't with him.
Yeah, so you won 1 without him.
Hey,
We've got a European title.
No,
We've got 55 league titles. How many league titles you got?
Well, you've got a cup, Winners' Cup.
Ahmad Diallo, if you want to pick Ahmad Diallo as an example, he's won the same amount of trophies with us as he has with you.
Okay.
But he's turned it on and ripping it apart with you.
Sorry, but Craig,
I don't think so. He's
Craig,
been to more European finals with us than he has with you.
No, he's won 2 trophies. He won FA Cup and Community Shield.
Lord.
But, there we go.
Behave yourself.
Fergie
And true, he said he's above us. But the thing is, this is why I never take it serious.
The point is, and let me finish. My
You're
whole point
you're
here
not above
was
us.
that you seem to convince yourself that you are miles ahead
We are.
of Scottish teams, but you're delusional. You
No,
are.
we're
And the
miles
other
ahead.
part about this, and my point to this, if you want to talk about Scottish teams going to the Premier League and struggling, English teams could not survive going the other way. You couldn't.
Cap.
You couldn't survive it.
Cap.
Based on what?
English teams couldn't survive the Scottish.
No.
100%.
How are you going to do it? There's no money, no sponsorships. The fans that you seem to convince yourself you have aren't there.
I went through a whole damn season where we had to sell our best players because we had no money. We're surviving.
Brother, you charge a grand for a season ticket. You think you get away with that in Scotland? Not a chance.
We're surviving, bro. We are because of no money. Brother, even with no money, the youngsters that come in
no money to you is still being able to spend
Can I
50
ask you a
million on a
question?
player.
Tottenham had no money and they got to the Champions League final.
The transfer breaking record fee in Scotland is what, 17
Tottenham
million?
didn't
Okay, wait, Craig, because when you say stuff like that, you got to put context behind it, because you think that we understand that it would be like we'll come in and have the same, like we would then just like
No, I'm
be
not
reduced.
saying that. What I'm saying
you know what I'm
is-
gonna say? Wait, you got to let me land. You will be reduced to what?
But I'm not saying that.
Let me just finish.
But you're about to make a point on something I'm not saying.
Then you can rebuttal me if you're not saying.
But it's
that.
not a rebuttal.
Well, let me just finish, and then you could just say what you want to say.
No, I need to interject.
but-
As
okay,
you
so
said, I need to
no.
interject.
And I've let you interrupt like 3 times, but I'm going to say this. If you're saying we're going to be reduced to what, in terms of like, we get the same
But I've just
bread-
told you I'm not saying that. So why are you making this point then?
Can I just finish this and then you can talk? Okay. I'm saying if United came as we are now, as the team right now, and you're trying to say we wouldn't survive in Scottish,
you wouldn't.
well, it's such a ridiculous statement on so many levels. It's
Go on,
just
tell me how
laughable. It's laughable.
Tell me how it's ridiculous.
Because we're beating you. We're beating
You're
you.
struggling to beat us.
But if you're one of the best teams and you can survive in Scottish football, and we're still beating you, how can we not?
Because you're assuming you can survive off of one game. I'm not assuming that. I'm telling you that if you moved Man United out of the Scottish English Premier League into the Scottish Premier League, it's a completely different style of football. The referees do not protect players. So your players, they like to throw themselves around. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to take hits. That's what's going to happen. So they're going to have to accommodate a different style of football.
Easy.
2, you're not going to afford their wages. Guess who's leaving your club?
So there
all
we
of
go.
them.
So you are.
But I'm not saying you're going to lose those players in a minute. What I'm saying is you do not have the longevity to start paying Bruno Fernandes 200k a week. You don't.
You were saying.
No, I'm not
They'll get
finished.
better
What
value.
you're implying is that I think you're going to come to Scottish Premier League and the money's disappearing. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you will not survive in that environment.
So if you had let me finish my point, then you are saying what I was.
What
gonna
did you
say.
not finish?
So I was going to say, if you're saying we're going to be reduced down to the level of money that this, the majority of Scottish teams get, like throughout the season on season, then yeah, you might be right. But I'm saying as a one-off season with the players that United got now, if we if we went into the Scottish Premier League,
But where did I say it's a one-off season? When did I say that?
Well, you didn't say it was throughout the years.
I just said you would not survive in Scottish football. At what point did I limit it to one season?
Hold on. Question. We won't survive in Scottish football, right?
But you will thrive in the Premier League.
But
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes, we would.
You're actually deluded.
You will be relegated in that league if we came to Scottish football, because those teams that come to Scottish football, they'll be taking the European spots and all that, making all that bread. What are you making if those teams are in your league?
So you're saying that you would come to
Because you're
Scottish
talking about
football.
there's no money and stuff like that.
There
Okay,
isn't.
cool. But realistically, the top 6, they're finishing first and second in that league any day of the week.
Oh, we're
yeah.
Don't think so.
So
Different style of football.
What's your
Cruising.
Completely different.
Yeah, shitter.
It's not that. It's more physical.
Yeah, but guess what?
English teams don't historically do well against Scottish teams. Scottish teams have won more games against English teams than the reverse.
But the thing is, this is like, I remember when, this was like in 2008, 2009, when Barcelona were just coming up the ranks, and every commentator was saying the same thing. It's like, this Barcelona team, they're not used to the physicality of English teams. But guess what we weren't used to? The technical ability of these Spanish teams. And yeah, we might not be used to the same physicality as the Scottish teams, but in terms of technical ability, you couldn't get close to some of the players that would come. Some of the midfielders we've got.
Who did our 18-year-olds got close to you? What are you talking about?
We papped them.
You didn't pap them.
We won.
You just scraped to win.
You've not won against us in this season. You are one of the best teams. If you could survive it, imagine because we still win against you and you're a more physical team. Even if we come against like a physical team there, and you're one of the more technically gifted teams as well in the Scottish team, the technical ability of our players would blow like anything that you have in Scottish football. You couldn't get close to us.
It doesn't.
Well, I guess you're one of the better teams.
I think it's easier we come to your league.
It would be easier.
Premier League, right? You got to look at all these teams. Like, look how many, you got the Emirates, you got the Peps, you got the Slots, Artetas, all these managers who have more than one style in that Premier League. So if anything, it's
which one are you getting?
Yeah, but hold on. Any of these teams come to Scottish football, brother, what is your style of play? Just rough and aggressive. Bro, these teams are good enough to adapt easy.
I've just explained. Scottish teams have beat English teams more than the reverse. They aren't good at adapting.
Brother, we've seen Scottish teams when they're outside Scotland, bro. They get smoked everywhere.
Yeah.
Like Celtic went from Champions League to Conference League.
Celtic are ahead of Man City in the Champions League.
Okay, then let's see who gets further tonight then. Let's see who gets further.
I mean, I want Celtic out. So that's a conflicting statement.
Best thingies have the worst Champions League record ever.
We did have.
Who's got it worse now?
Young Boys are on a current worst. They're on 7 losses. Zero goals scored.
In the old format, you were the worst.
No, they were actually worse than us on 6.
What do you mean?
So when they'd played 6 games, they'd performed worse than we did through 6 games.
Oh, okay, so you're the second worst.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. And you're one of the best teams.
Yeah.
Well, it would be... So can I ask you, just as a one-off season, can I ask you, if United was to come in, we got the same players, same money...
But my point is never about a one-off season. I'm asking
a different question now.
I'm going to use your famous retort. You can't put me in a box.
No,
you can't put me in a box.
I'm not putting you in a box.
That is a box environment you want me to answer about.
You said we couldn't.
You wouldn't survive in Scottish football.
Okay, maybe. But I'm just saying, as a one-off season.
I'm saying you can't put me in a box.
I'm not going to put you in a box. I'm not putting you in a box, mate. I'm just asking you as a one-off thing. You can still have whatever answer is for the like sort of. If you're talking about throughout the years, okay, cool. You can say you don't want to answer, that's fine. But I'm asking a very specific question. If you don't want to answer, that's cool.
Yeah, you're asking me, how do I think you do in one season? I think you'll find it a lot harder than you think you will.
But where do you think we'll finish?
I don't know.
Huh?
I actually don't know where you'd finish.
I
don't know if you'd win the league. It's not confident.
Oh. How about Arsenal?
Yeah, we win the league. Don't do that.
Same thing.
Hey, I kept quiet. I'm saying about my club, bro. And he's coming for you.
He's saying you wouldn't.
I don't know how you would do.
First of all, all I need to say is, if you look at the top 6 teams, right, we've not lost a game against the top 6 teams in God knows how long. Okay, you're telling me I'm coming to your league. I ain't gonna do. And we're one of the most aggressive.
You do better against better quality opponents. That's what you just said.
Brother, we ain't lost a game in God knows
but
how long.
you aren't sitting playing against teams that will have 11 men behind the ball from the first to the 90th minute. And then when you do, you draw.
Yeah, because we have Havertz up top.
Because are you still going to have Havertz up top?
No.
All the issues you're having.
If we go to your league, we ain't going to afford the Havertz as well. So we're going to have someone else.
Because he just gave an example of a one-off season. So you'd still have Havertz.
So even if Havertz, we're still going to... Like, listen, I don't know about Man United because you're just somewhere else. But Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, Bournemouth this season. All win the league.
No, I don't think so.
All win the Scottish... You are high.
I don't think so.
That's actually mental.
It's actually like, I can't believe.
Hold on. This is it. Any other club in Premier League that joins your league, right? It's no more Celtic versus Rangers anymore. No, it's Celtic versus that team. You guys will fall off. The gap between you and Celtic is already big. So that
Listen,
team that comes in is
I
really
get here in reality has hurt both of you. And if you want to say wild things,
I don't need to see realities because I know once we post this, the man them going to start saying on chat.
Arsenal are like in the top 8. We're in the top 8 of European
Third
competition.
in Champions League right now.
You're middle of the pack. Celtic are clinging on to a position. But yeah, apparently if we went to your leagues.
but if you're using Champions League positions, Man City are in the drop. Like, what do you mean using You can't use Champions League positions. You sit and say, oh, well, Arsenal are top 8.
Yeah,
Man City's in the drop.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they're out. They have to win today.
I'm not saying they're out.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that. But
you could
he's sitting saying that your Champions League position is why you would smoke the Scottish Premier League. Well, on that basis, Man City would be mid-table.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen tonight. With the Champions League thing isn't... Mid-table, how does that work?
Because you're saying that top 8 is why Arsenal... You're associating that they're top 8 in the Champions League, therefore they would walk your league. I'm telling you, Man City's in the drop zone.
That's one of the reasons.
So, like, if they're in the drop zone, that doesn't compete to them being top of the Scottish Premier League based on that logic.
Man City would kill your league.
You
would have seen nothing like it in your league. You would think it's alien football. You'd be there like,
if you touch the ball, I'll be shocked. If they touch the ball, I'll be shocked.
Like, you're fans of your club, and Celtic would be like, what have we been playing? Because it's clearly not football. Because this is football. Yeah, I'm telling you, it would be embarrassing. Some of the scorelines you'll see.
Yeah,
you would get double-digit games. You would get
but
Man City papping 10-11.
You want to take it off of a one-season thing. If Man City was in the Scottish Premier League, Pep's not going there. He's not. Haaland isn't there.
But then these clubs, if
you had any of these teams join the league, your Igamanes ain't staying at Rangers. Your Jeffy, that's getting interest from Chelsea.
Where's he going? Because he's not going to Man City. Where's the money coming from?
Brother, if we can't afford it, you don't think they can't afford those players in that league?
They can't afford them.
Yeah,
they can't
so
afford
you're
to offer.
talking about all these players leaving.
They can't afford to offer more than what we are paying.
If City came to Scottish League, they're going to struggle because they don't have the players they've got now.
They would eventually lose the players they've got now. They can't afford to keep them.
Yeah, I know, but have you seen the youth? Have you seen the youth that City
into Scottish Premier League in this hypothetical?
They immediately slotted straight in.
They're immediately in breach of FFP.
What a youth academy! Liam Delap, that's one of the best strikers in the Premier League this season. Yeah. Cole Palmer, who came from their thing. Yeah. Lavia,
they have to start developing youth.
Yeah, they start developing that. All those players will smoke that league.
How? Where's the money coming to develop the training grounds? Where's the money coming to do all these? Where's it coming from? So you are basing it on a Man City £1 billion club. Right. And I am telling you, that does not exist in the Scottish Premier League. It doesn't happen.
Didn't spend for 2 whole seasons. Tottenham didn't spend a penny and still got Champions League final.
Didn't spend the money. What do you think? That the scouts just work for free? Do you think the training facilities just appeared for nothing?
So your scenario is, so if you came to the Prem because you have money, you'd be top half.
What I'm telling you right now, I am telling you, as I've said, firstly, you're sitting saying the developed players that you've had, I'm saying you would have a hard time finding them if you don't have money to do it. Secondly, you're sitting saying, why would these players not go to City? Why would Igamanes not join? Because you can't pay him more than what we're paying him. You can't.
I mean, yes,
Celtic
I can because I'm coming to the league, their players. I'm definitely going to win that
Celtic
league.
Are playing the amount of their players that their structure allows them to pay. You can't pay someone 200 grand a week. It doesn't happen. It's not going to happen.
Without money,
the thing is, you could sit here and talk about how difficult you think it'd be for Scottish teams to go that way. It wouldn't. What would be difficult is your teams to go the other way.
No.
Okay, Craig, but let me just say, even if you get the money, right?
Everyone else gets the money.
Yeah, but not even that. Not even that. Like, you get the money, right? Cool. You don't have the prestige. I'm sorry.
Well, we do.
You don't.
Based on what?
Based on what?
We're a founding member of the Champions League.
Based on if you were going to look... Brother.
We are one of the most successful teams.
We're one of the... About the
is that meme where the bag's like on this last
no one cares about
go,
the other thing is like we are one of the most successful teams in the world.
Craig, I'll let you fix so in the Scottish Premier League, you're now you can't use that because you've been in the English Premier League. You were in some joke man league. You're in a serious league now, so that doesn't count. That doesn't hold weight. People don't look
Scottish
at that.
fans. That's AWOL. That's AWOL. Yeah.
So you're now coming into a serious league. So forget about what you want in Scotland. You're trying to what's it called? Attract people to the English Premier League, right?
And we do that. Rangers. We would be miles bigger than most, if not all, of the clubs in that league.
If not all. I don't know how you get that. I don't understand because if you were to look at fan bases around,
you want to talk about fan bases? The old firms have some of the biggest fan bases in the world.
So if we went to Scottish League, obviously we don't have the money. All those players are gone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're still thinking you'll get top half in the Prem?
Yeah.
But all those players will still be there. What team are you realistically, comfortably, can you say now, out of all the teams in the Premier League, can you confidently say any day of the week we could beat them?
Any day of the week. I don't think there's any team you could confidently say we would or wouldn't. Well, apart from like your Everton, Southamptons.
Even Everton.
Everton will smoke you, man.
No, they wouldn't.
Everton is a Barclays team, bro. They'll smoke you.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah. But, anyway, but even like you come in, you get the money. Brother, no, the top players are still not going to want to come for you. You're not attracting. You're not attracting like to get to Europe. You're not attracting like a
brother.
Havertz
There's
or a
top
Lingard.
managers in your league talking about how the greatest experience of their life was being at Rangers. And you're sitting saying that they would. Mika Arteta sits and talks about his greatest thing was being at Rangers.
Okay.
And you're sitting saying that we couldn't attract people. That's nonsense. Nonsense.
Because the manager says that doesn't mean you're going to attract
one of the top. I've just given you an example of someone who is currently operating in the Premier League.
Okay.
We've had players on interviews sitting talking about how if they had choice of going to Premier League teams or going to Rangers, and they chose Rangers, and if they had that choice again, they would choose Rangers every time going over.
Who are these players?
I'll tell you.
I'll
tell you who it is.
You probably get Ronaldo going, oh yeah, my club at what's it called? My first ever like juniors club at whatever in Portugal was one of my best experiences.
And let's not forget the most successful manager in your history came from the Scottish Premier League.
Can I just say something about that? Because you brought that up twice now, and I don't like you bringing this up. He was a mediocre player in a shite.
He was a manager in the Scottish Premier League as well.
Okay. So if we're going to talk about
he built his ability to success in football from the Scottish Premier League.
Craig, you were talking about Rangers, right?
Amar.
If we're going to talk about Sir Alex Ferguson, you got to give it the right context. He was a player at Rangers.
Yeah.
Wait. I can see you getting ready.
Yeah, because I'm ready to add context that you want.
Let me just finish my point. We rate Sir Alex Ferguson at United not as for what he done as a player. He was a shite player for his managerial career, right?
Right.
Okay. Yes. He came from Aberdeen.
Yeah.
He did well. Yeah.
He did great.
Yeah, he did well at Aberdeen.
He's the last team to split the Old Firm.
He did. Yeah. Okay.
Last team to win the league out of the Old Firm.
But you can't bring that up because we're talking about Rangers specifically.
No, because you just said.
Craig, let me finish. When we talk about Rangers specifically, about you can't attract big players. You can't then go to point to Sir Alex Ferguson because he did well at Aberdeen in his managerial career and then came to us. Means that you're going to attract people.
That's not what I said. What I said is I'm giving you examples where you're saying we can't attract people in the English Premier League. I'm showing you examples where we attract them in the Scottish Premier League.
Who do you attract?
I've just given you two examples of, well, Alex Ferguson's not an example of that.
Is Mikel Arteta your
I just gave you an example of someone who said his highlight of his career, having played pretty much his whole career in the English Premier League, his highlight was being at Rangers.
Okay, but he's not a top player.
Well, I'm not finished with that. And then if you want to go through
he's not a top player.
Ronaldo. Brazilian Ronaldo was about to sign for Rangers. It was split between Rangers and Inter Milan.
Okay,
I was waiting for this.
He said to talks.
Did he once say something about like, oh, there was this some Rangers manager. Someone was talking about signing Messi. He's like, oh, I'm on FM. You should play Messi.
That's a fun story. This is true. This is like 100%. Ronaldo had the two contracts and was making a choice: Rangers or Inter Milan.
Well, thank God he went for Inter because anyway.
But you can't sit here and tell me we can't attract players.
You didn't attract him. He went to Inter Milan. End of story. You can't say because he was looking at it. Oh, but he still chose Inter Milan.
One of the greatest midfielders for Liverpool went to Rangers as manager.
I'm talking about players here. Tell me top players.
No, you said Rangers can't attract.
Big players.
I've just told you.
Big players.
Aaron Ramsey joined Rangers in the Scottish Premier League.
Shite.
So also now you want different context of it. Like the fact is,
what big players?
Virgil van Dijk played at Celtic.
I was talking about Rangers.
You asked.
No, I asked.
I give you examples for Rangers. You say they're not good enough. I give you an example for Celtic. You say no, I'm talking about Rangers. What I'm giving you examples, and you don't want to accept them. I gave you Steven Gerrard. No, I want to talk players. I then give you a player in Aaron Ramsey.
You're getting because
no, I'm not. Let me finish.
I asked you.
Let me finish
Because you're trying to answer a question that I didn't ask. I asked specifically what top players are Rangers going to attract? Because if you talk about coming to Premier League,
and I have given you examples, and you don't want to accept them.
No, but Craig, the examples you're giving. Craig, the examples you're giving. This is the reason I'm not giving. You're giving managers coming to manage you.
I just gave you a player, and you were like, "Oh, but he wasn't playing well at the time."
Is he a top player?
He was.
Is he a top player?
He was one of Arsenal's top players
for one season.
or Aaron Ramsey.
Aaron Ramsey's your top player.
For like one season.
For one season.
But he was.
For one
and we
season.
attracted him.
He's not a top
but
player.
you don't want to accept it because it doesn't fit your point. Right? You don't want to accept because it doesn't fit your point. So then I give you another example and you're like, no.
Which example?
So I gave you Steven Gerrard, you're like, no, I want a player. I then give you a player and you're like, no,
you're
but
not answering my question.
I'm not finished. I then give you
You didn't answer the question, that's why
I then give you a player
who wasn't a top player.
who he's just said was a top player for Arsenal.
One season.
Irrelevant of what you think of it. You then say, well, he's not playing well right now.
No.
Right, so no. You want to try and give reasons why you don't want to accept those examples, but I'm giving you them.
Okay,
and then I then give you a whole nother example. You're like, yeah, well, he didn't play for Rangers.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm giving you multiple examples, but you don't want to accept them, which
Let
is
me know when
fine
you're done.
if you don't want to accept them, which is fine, but I've answered you.
No, you haven't.
I've just given you 3 examples. You've given me reasons why you don't want to accept them, but they're not valid. And the fact is, we've attracted them in the Scottish Premier League, and you don't think we could attract people in the English Premier League. It's nonsense. Nonsense.
Okay, so your examples, most of them were ridiculous. You started off with Steven Gerrard. Brother, he wasn't a player for you. I asked for players because guess what? Managers aren't going to be playing for you. They're not going to be playing. So if you're giving me... So when you're saying, I've answered you...
Okay.
Wait.
I'll give you more players then if you want. No, I'll give you more players.
I'll let you...
You're going to highlight why those points are real, which is fine.
I'll
give you more points. I'll give you more people we've attracted.
I've just let you... Please give me the same courtesy. Okay, so I'm just telling you why some of your examples were wrong, okay?
But I'll give you more then.
Okay, but let me finish my point. You can do that, but let me just finish my point. So, firstly, you didn't answer my question for a lot of the times. If a player has one good season or 2 good seasons, that's a one season wonder. That doesn't mean they've been a top player. That's why I'm at Nugs. You're saying you're giving me all these examples, and then you go after and talk about a player who doesn't even play for Rangers. I was like, Craig, you're not answering my question, brother. I asked specifically about Rangers. So if you're talking about Virgil van Dijk, he didn't play for you. Okay, cool. And then you're coming into the Premier League right now, right? Let's just go back to the original thingy. How are you going to attract big players in the Premier League, right? You haven't been able to in Scotland. You come to the Premier League.
I just highlighted how we did.
Most of the examples weren't relevant. And I'd argue say all of them weren't. You could say Aaron Ramsey, but...
But yeah, I'm happy to give more examples if you want them.
And you're coming in, right? Everyone's going to be on the same bread as you. I don't know, when you talk about your history, right? You could say, well, we've got all this history about winning these titles, yeah? Nottingham had history about winning titles in back in the days. They've won Champions League, they were winning leagues, so has Blackburn. But those teams just fell off to the wayside. That's what would happen with you because you don't have your owners, like the actual big bucks to sustain you. You don't have that vision. You would fall off.
Right, so let's go through this.
Okay.
So we signed Bruno Alves, centre-back.
Okay.
Massive name.
Is he?
Yeah.
I've never heard of him.
What?
Who does he play for?
He's retired. He was with us like 5 years ago. He won a
Syria.
European Championship. What do you mean you don't know who he is?
Bruno Alves.
Yeah. Centre-back.
Who's that?
Fuck off. You don't... You're
I'm not. I don't know him.
You do know who he is?
I don't.
Anyway, I'm not going to increase your football knowledge if you don't know who that is. We've had Gattuso in our team. We've had Van Bronckhorst in our team.
Okay.
We have had both De Boer brothers, who you might know, you might not know. And yeah, I'm going a little bit more back in time, but since you don't want to accept the relevant ones, now I'll give you those ones, right? We've attracted all of them. Cool. Now you're sitting saying that our board don't know how to deal with money. Brother, we managed to compete on a European front where the transfer record of our team is what, 12, 13 million? And you don't think we know how to manage money. You then give us a budget where it is significantly bigger. We will thrive in that environment. And I've just explained to you how we attract them. I've also explained some of the players Celtic attract. And you don't think those clubs can attract teams in the English Premier League where there's more money. We attract those players now and we can't pay the wages.
Forgetting as well though, the reason why you guys can attract that in your league is because it's just you two. I'm not going to no Motherwell, bro. If I'm looking at Scottish League, I'm like, all right, the top two. Exactly. I'm going there. If I come to the Premier League, I got options. Yeah. I've got options.
Based on what?
Based on
Bruno
what?
Alves
Man
came
United,
to us.
for how trash they are, they've still got a pedigree in their name. I'm still choosing them any day of the week over Rangers.
As trash as we are, we're still the second highest grossing revenue team in the Premier League.
Because you're little tourist fans.
Oh.
But this goes to show you.
And I'm telling you that if you came out of the English Premier League into the Scottish Premier League, that disappears. Your tourist fans aren't coming anymore. What you've got is what fans you're left, and unfortunately, based on you, they're not very good.
Little boys from Salford.
What do you mean? The thing is, it's Anne said it the best. It's just disrespectful to call people tourists because we got fans worldwide at the game.
Man wants to use Ange as his benchmark for what wisdom in football is.
Yeah. He knew how to be wise in your league when he was trebling it.
And he knows how to get Tottenham relegated.
What would your manager do, Philip?
Don't know. We'll find. We'll never find out. He's not going to go to this.
He
might actually.
You were making a point. So Ange could absolutely dismantle the Scottish Premier League. He comes to England with one of the better sides.
Is Tottenham one of the better sides?
They're a traditional top 6 team. They got money.
Can we stop
what did they win?
Top 6?
Yeah. What did they win?
Carabao. They won the League Cup in 2008.
2008.
Hey, you said what they win.
The only thing.
You didn't give me time frame. Hey, you didn't give me time frame. You said what do you win?
Yeah.
You didn't give me time frame.
Oh, what did they win? The FA Cup in 1902.
Well, you did bring up the European Cup Winners' Cup when
because you said you don't win in Europe, and I said we do.
Okay,
because we have.
And then you said Tottenham don't win anything. That's why I'm saying you can make that point. But my point.
But you're sitting saying he's went to a successful club.
He has.
They've not won anything since 2008. The definition of success is winning things.
I'm saying I said okay. Let me rephrase it. They're one of the bigger clubs. They've got one of the bigger budgets. I
would argue, do they have one of the bigger budgets?
They do.
Are they allowed to spend it? Are they not in like one of the biggest injury crises and the owner will not let them spend anything?
They're like in the top 5-6 spenders.
Hey, big spender.
Anyway, we have 4 minutes left.
And we've just been
argued about this.
The title's between your two joke teams anyway.
He included your team. Don't forget this. He said he doesn't know.
I want to quickly talk about red cards because there was 2.
Nonsense.
There was actually the assault that the Arsenal player did. It should have been a red faster.
It should be red. Do you know what's hilarious about that? The fact that Tottenham Tottenham fans who are pundits were coming out and saying, I hate Arsenal, I want their downfall, but that's not red. Tottenham fans were saying that. It was crazy.
Brother, no one thought it was the only person that thought it was a red is the man that gave a red.
And Liverpool fans.
Did VR not review it as well?
Has
it got overturned?
Yeah.
Got overturned. So did Diamante's one as well.
Well, this is madness. So the referee sent him off. VR pulled him to double check it, and he stuck by his red. And it then got overturned about 12 hours later. But apparently, the SFA released a statement in the morning. So, like, Rangers put out saying, we're going to appeal this. Like, in the press conference, the manager was talking about it. The SFA apparently released a statement 2 hours later saying, this is what the referee saw, and we're going to stand by that. Mm-hmm. And then they've put out a retraction saying, no, that was just a member of the SFA and not the official SFA stance. And then it got overturned the day after. It's like, how is that supposed to be a fair appeal process when you put out what your judgment's going to be before the paperwork's even hit you? But anyway, it got overturned. So
I don't get why either red. You should have stayed red for both of them, I reckon. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. We've seen what your team does. That outrageous foul in the Rangers Man U game,
which Ali McCoy said that shouldn't have been your legend.
Knows that legend, but we won't know about the Bruno Alvarez.
Yeah, exactly.
Rio Ferdinand was like, I'm not having that. He's like, I agree with you.
Brother, if you listen to Rio Ferdinand, your life's L. Don't do that.
You know what? I love you as an Arsenal fan getting brave, talking about we're different.
What I do?
Anyway, by the way, can I also say, in our worst time, we've won more trophies than you have, so shut it.
Where's that manager that won the trophies? Why did you get rid of him then? Well, you heard me. Why'd you get rid of him?
Because he wasn't playing for him good enough in the league.
But you won trophies, bro. It's all about trophies. Get rid of him.
Why are you sticking with Arteta?
Why you get rid of him?
I told you.
I tell you have been fighting for your life in this pod,
fam. No, he won us trophies, but you got rid of him. You're telling me he's the worst manager ever. Oh, now the League Cup matters. All this nonsense.
Don't even try that. Don't even try that. Don't even try that. Because you can go back the clips. I've always backed him to death.
I tell you what, we've made a lot of Amar's made a lot of weird statements.
You don't want to smoke.
No.
You guys,
look at your team.
I'm at an advanced level. Stick to him.
I don't even know what they're talking about. I'm gonna let you guys make your decisions. Have a great afternoon.
Your son dead wood at the back.
Yo,
let us know what you think. Thank you.
You're signing gum at the bottom of my shoe. That's what Man United decided right now.
What are you doing with your top tier defenders?
No?
Flop in the league again.
What do you say? Flop in the league again?
Flop in the league again.
Liverpool.
No.
What's going on there?